Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another fantastic episode of A Summer with AI. This is episode 9. We did take a quick hiatus for ISTE week because we wanted to see all the cool tools and all the new innovations coming out of that. And I'll tell you, there was one tool there that you could not find in the vendor hall. No. There was one tool there that you had to see them walking around with their purple shirts and their snorkels. Yes, we are talking about Snorkl. Snorkl is a brand new tool that utilizes traditional whiteboarding technology with AI feedback. And just as the song says, Snorkl's AI feedback is so fast and it is good. Right. And our goal here at A Summer with AI is to bring you the greatest and best of the AI tools coming out. And let me tell you why I like Snorkl so much. Remember when we talked about AI being our collaborator? Right? We don't want it to do all of the work for us. And one of the things that we talked about was one of the things we wanted AI to do was to amplify the feedback cycle. Right? We still create the content, we still help and push it out to our students, but the AI is there to help give the students instant and robust feedback on what they are doing, right? Because we said AI should not replace the work we love to do. It should replace that remedial work or what we dread to do. And I'm not saying you dread giving feedback, but I want you to truly be honest with yourself. When we are trying to give feedback to every single student in class, and if you have like 30 to 40 students in your class, that's a hard thing to do. I don't want to say a dreadful thing. It's a very difficult thing to do, and to do it effectively. And the purpose of AI feedback, as long as it is reliable, is to allow the students to get instant responses, instant feedback on what they are doing, what you have created, what you have pushed out. And this is what we've said. We've said that we as educators get to decide when and where and how much the AI will be a part of our lesson plans, how AI will be a part of the pedagogical approach of integrating this new technology into our workflow. And I think lesson feedback, especially with formative kind of assessments or smaller activities, that can really help us to allow that feedback cycle to help our students understand the content at a quicker pace, right? I've always said technology that allows us to inspect student work when it comes in, redirect them towards the correct way if they're doing it wrong, and to make those corrections when they notice they're doing it incorrect. That is a fantastic model to follow when utilizing technology. But if the AI can help us with that, that's even better. And so I think lesson feedback is a key component of how AI can not only help us reach more students, but can help the students reach greater heights in their educational prowess, right, on a daily basis. So I would love to showcase for you Snorkl. All right, Snorkl is at snorkl.app, and it allows you to create a class and create assignments. I'm going to show you how easy this is to work with. So this is the entrance app. You can log in with your Google account, and it joins right on in. I do want you to know that Snorkl has a commitment to privacy. They are already COPA, FERPA, and CSPC certified, and so they know that student data privacy is at the forefront, and so you can be very confident that they are keeping student data privacy at the forefront. Okay, but when we do get on Snorkl, it takes us here. It says, welcome, here's your account. Let's take a look. If you wanted to, you can come down here and try out some pre-made activities as a student so you can play around with it. But it's so easy to create a class. For example, I can come up here to classes. I already have my AI tester class, which you can join if you want, right? It's great for in-person, but it's also great for asynchronous activities or extension activities for home. But all you have to do to create a class is hit create class, create a name, second class, right? And then I'm going to give it a different color than my original. And then I hit create. Boom. It's done, right? It's simple as that. right? Now, if you want to hand out this class to students right now, they are not connecting to any LMSs like Google Classroom, Schoology, or Canvas. I'm sure that's something that they will be doing down the line. But if you wanted to share this with your class, it's as simple as either showing this QR code to join the class. You know, they scan it with their device and boom, they are in. Or you can copy the URL to the classroom and then place it in your URL. They click on it and boom, they're in. Or they can just go to student.snorkl.app and then type in this code right here. So if you would like to join this class in a virtual asynchronous manner, all you would have to do is go to student.snorkl.app/in the number 0 XAQ9. And it doesn't matter if you're watching this live right now on July 3rd, or you're watching it in a month from now, on August 3rd. It doesn't matter. It'll be there, ready for you with the assignments already there. Okay, so that's all you would have to do to join. And then once you're there in your class, you can create an assignment. But let's go ahead and take a look at an assignment that's already there. Okay. So actually, let's go ahead and create one. So I'm going to click on library. And under library, it has all of my different activities. You can go to Snorkl library and see all the different math, science, reading language arts, the Texas Star practice, like all these different things are already here. Okay. And it's just going to get more robust. This app is brand new, everybody. Okay. It's just going to get more robust. So I'm just going to go to my library and I'm going to click create activity. So it opens it up. I'm going to do an activity on the water cycle. So I'm going to type in water cycle. Boom, done. And then here's your whiteboard. This is where you would put instructions for the students, or you can bring in an image for them to annotate over. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to click on this image icon. I'm going to browse the files from my computer. I'm going to come over here and I am going to grab this image of the water cycle. And that image is now here on my whiteboard. You don't have to do this, but I like to put verbal or written instructions on the whiteboard as well. Please explain and label each part of the water cycle. Okay, and I'm going to move that to the middle to make it look nice and neat. Excellent. And I'm going to hit done editing. Done. Okay, and it's right there on the whiteboard. And if you want, you can type those same instructions right down here. But this is where the neat part comes in. We want to enable AI feedback. So I'm going to click on AI feedback, and I'm going to say autofill below based upon the image, based upon my my question or instructions. It is going to look at the image, look at my instructions, identify my intent, and it's going to automatically bring that in to my description. Okay, so here it is. It brings it in, subject, middle school science. If you wanted to lower it to a different grade level, you can. Here's the description. It actually gives you the description of the image that you've attached, and then it shows you what the expected answer would be for the students. Right, identify and label each parts: evaporation, condensation, surface runoff, groundwater. Please provide an explanation of each: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, runoff, groundwater, all that above. And I'm going to say use it. And if you wanted to edit any part of it, you absolutely can. You absolutely can edit any part of this. But now AI feedback is ready to go. So I'm going to hit done, just like that. And now I'm going to go back to my classes. I'm going to go to my AI tester class. I'm going to assign that activity. I'm going to assign the water cycle. Right? I'm going to hit assign the water cycle to my AI tester class. And then it gives you these settings. Do you want other students to see peers' work after the submission? I'm going to go ahead and click yes. Right? It's always good to have students be able to view or learn from other students? Okay. Do you want students to comment on each other? Again, that's going to be up to you. Do you have any digital citizenship training? Up to you. I'm going to click that off for the moment. I'm going to click assign. Okay. So now it's there. Now it's ready to go. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on over to my student view. So here's my student view right here. My student view has the AI tester class ready to go. I'm going to click on it. And you can see these are the different assignments that have already been assigned. I'm going to click on the water cycle. And it's going to allow the student to start the response right here. Okay, so here is the whiteboard. At the top of the whiteboard, you have all the different things that you can use. Pen, changing color. I always have the student start off with a black pen. You have the highlighter. So if you wanted them to highlight specific spots, you can. This one allows you to do the same thing. There's your eraser. There's your text. If you're looking for them to type in mathematical equations, it's there. Add in shapes, add their own images. All that is there for them to take a look at. The students can then come over here and see the instructions and listen to the instructions.
Please explain and label each part of the water cycle.
Right. And so it allows the students to listen to what that is going on. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it incorrectly at spots so that you can see the AI feedback coming in. So I'm going to click record screen and voice. So here we go. All right, so my teacher is asking me to explain and label each part of the water cycle. And so I'm going to use my pen here. So this right here, where it's coming from the ocean and the lake, that is called evaporation. I apologize for my not good writing, but that's evaporation. And then it forms clouds. I'm going to call that is the precipitation. I probably should have used text for this, but I'm going to do precipitation. Oh, the clouds are letting water go. I'm going to call this rain. And I'm going to call this a waterfall. So the parts of the water cycle are it evaporates, then there's precipitation, and then the clouds rain, and then it creates a waterfall to go back to the lake. All right, so there is the water cycle. The kids hit stop. They can listen to what they've done. If they get stuck, if they want to go over their notes again, they can hit pause and then they continue recording. They can cancel and redo if they wanted to. Let me go ahead and move this picture so you can see that right here. There we go. Right, so you can see that you can continue the recording, or you can cancel and redo right over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit submit. I'm happy with it. I'm going to hit submit. There we go. It's uploading that response to the system right over here. And what I can see, once this response here is uploaded, it will be added to my teacher center right over here. And I will be able to see all the students in real time that they have done this assignment as they're coming in, which is pretty great. I can show you some past assignments that the students have done, right? I can see the states of matter assignment. I can see that has been done. I can see all the students in my class that have not started the assignment right there. I can come here again to the water cycle and I can see that, oh, there it is. It's right here. And I can fast forward with my cursor so I can see it actually happening in real time. But I'm going to go back to the student view. And what we can see here is that in the student view, the AI feedback is already done. And it shows that with the Snorkl AI feedback that's so fast, it gave me an incorrect because it gave me a 2 out of 4, and it explains why. So here we go.
Good job on identifying and explaining evaporation. But remember, after evaporation, what process forms the clouds?
Right? So it doesn't give me the answer, But it's saying, you did a good on evaporation, but precipitation is not the next step. What is it called when it forms the clouds, right?
You've correctly identified precipitation, but it seems like you're a bit confused between precipitation and condensation. Can you think about what precipitation really means?
Right? Because I put precipitation where condensation should have been, right? And so it should have been rain is precipitation. So it's trying to get me to say rain is correct, but rain, the word is precipitation that we want, right?
You missed out on explaining one important part of the water cycle, groundwater. Can you think about where groundwater fits into the cycle?
All right. So we look at it. Oh, it goes into the lake and the ocean, but some of it gets absorbed by the ground, right? It gets and it creates water reservoirs under the water, right? That's an important part of the water cycle. And so the cool thing is that I can come in here and click respond again to my previous whiteboard or another blank whiteboard. I'm going to click record again. Here we go. And I'm going to say right here. All right, after further review, after when the water evaporates from the lake, that is called evaporation. And then once it evaporates, it goes into the clouds. That is condensation. And then once that happens, it forms the clouds. The clouds get too much water, and then it rains, called precipitation. And then it goes back into the lake and ocean, but some of it is absorbed by the ground, creating groundwater, which is very important because it then creates reservoirs of water that we can then tap into and use for drinking water. So I'm going to end it. I'm going to hit submit, and it's going to upload that response once again. And you can see it's automatically generating that feedback for me right now. And again, you could be going around to each and every student, listening to their response. You can turn AI feedback off if you wanted to, right? But this allows, at least the first pass, to allow the AI to interact with the student. And now here we go. You can see that compared to my response 1, where I was incorrect, and I got a 2 out of 4, my second response after getting the feedback from the AI is now correct, 4 out of 4.
Great job explaining evaporation and condensation. You correctly identified these processes and how they contribute to the water cycle. Keep it up. Good job mentioning groundwater and its importance. However, you missed explaining about surface runoff, which is also an essential part of the water cycle. Can you explain how surface runoff works and why it is important?
You see right there, that is a great part, right? Surface runoff coming right off of that, grabbing minerals and creating erosion, right? You can absolutely utilize the Grand Canyon as a great example of that. I mean, all of these things, it adds onto it, right? And this is the AI doing that. Now, if I come back over here to my teacher view, I can come over here to the water cycle again, and I can click on my students' page, and it shows that they've had 2 responses, right? I can check response 1, and I can check response 2. And then I, as the teacher, can leave a typed response to the student, right? Or I can hit a video right here. I love to change my pen to red so that I can do that. And I can say screen record. And I can say, Coletta, great job on reviewing the water cycle from your response number 1 to your response number 2. I saw both, and I did see that you were struggling with the difference between the condensation and the precipitation, but you made the swap on your second response. And I love that you listened to the feedback and you incorporated what groundwater means. And even though we really didn't talk about surface runoff, that is an important part, but I think you did a fantastic job of explaining and moving from your response number 1 to your response number 2. Click end. I'm going to attach this video to that response. And again, right, the AI should be your co-teacher. The AI should be a co-moderator, right? And so the AI left the feedback, but then you, the teacher, can come in here and leave that feedback as well. And so once I've hit send, it'll attach that feedback for the students to use. Now, this is the teacher side. Now, look at the student side. It gives that instantly to the student where the student can listen now. And I can say, Coletta, great job on reviewing the water cycle from your response number 1. So it allows not only the AI to give feedback, but then also you to come back and give feedback. It's the best of both worlds. And did you see how simple it was to create the class? How simple it was for the students to join the class? And I have to tell you this, even without the AI feedback, this whiteboard is gangbusters. This whiteboard is fantastic. I can come in here and I can see the students working in real time as those answers are coming in. I can click on any of these in here and I can see how they did the work and listen to them explain it. I can see excellent versus not yet all the way down, so I can see what I need to get in. I can see which students have not finished yet, meaning they did not hit submit. But even though they didn't hit submit, I can still click on it and see what they were working on. I mean, this is a fantastic whiteboard app in and of itself. If any of you are looking for a replacement to Jamboard, this is it. All of those other ones have too many bells and whistles that can create a convoluted experience. This is simple, effective, and efficient. This is what we've been looking for. This is showcasing a successful integration of utilizing AI as a co-teacher by providing feedback, but still allowing us to provide feedback as well. People, I haven't felt this great about a tool since Flipgrid came out back in 2016, 2017. When I saw this in action with a whole class giving this feedback and how easy it was for me to push out, easy it was for me to receive, easy it was, and then you add the AI feedback on top of it, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. It truly did. Jump on board the Snorkl. Jump on board. This is what AI is supposed to do for teaching and learning. It's doing it effectively and efficiently. This is a masterclass of incorporating AI into our pedagogical approach. It helps us as educators. It helps heighten the feedback cycle for students. It is absolutely amazing. So please try out Snorkl. It's doing an amazing job, and give it a shot. Give it a shot. The two gentlemen who created this, their passion is for education. One of their creators, John, he is a former math teacher. Okay, so this is something that works. There's a lot of things out there that promise that they work and then they don't. This works. I promise you that. They had a lot of seals of approval underneath the safety guidelines. This gives the Joe Marquez seal of approval. And I think that's fantastic. So kudos to Snorkl and the team. They've said there's a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline, like manipulatives on that whiteboard as well. So a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline. What else is cool coming down the pipeline? Well, everybody always asks about the song at the beginning, and that's made by Suno. Every single episode has a Suno song. And if you'd like to try Suno has given us a cool opportunity. If you go to suno.com/invite/@LLMS, you will get 50 credits free. And then if you create 10 songs, it'll give you 200 more credits to use to make songs. So that's fantastic. So definitely go over there and try that. And if you like this shirt, if you like the Sons of Technology shirts, the Daughters of Technology shirts, if you like any of that stuff, we now have a gear store. So gear.edtecharmy.com. Definitely go over there and you can check out all the different shirts that we have get shipped directly to you. So definitely check those out. And then as always, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel right here. The more people subscribe, the more videos that we can make. So appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Please don't forget that we do have a YouTube channel at Sons of Technology. So definitely go down there and subscribe again. Also, all of our resources that we have on this app, on this show, is at bit.ly/Joe_AI. And if you would like to be a part of the show, definitely go over to our forum at bit.ly/summer with AI and recommend a tool for us to cover as well. And until then, thanks everybody for joining us for this summer. This was episode 9. Next week will be the big 10-0. That's 2 hands. Can't wait to see you. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day.